Hello, my name is Jordan Canfield, and I currently live in Costa Rica. And while I continue to be a resident of the United States, I spend most of my time down here because I have children who go to school here. When I first moved to Costa Rica in 2016, I continued to use the tax guide that I'd been using in the United States for several years. And then all of a sudden, I'm listening to people down here ask this question and this question about taxes, and I noticed that my guy wasn't asking me any of these questions. And he had made also a couple of mistakes on my taxes, which put me in arrears quite a bit. So a friend recommended Tax Samaritan, and then when I decided to go with them, I learned that I wasn't doing the things that were necessary for U.S. tax law. For example, in Costa Rica, most expats have a corporation. You open it up when you get down here. You put your property, your vehicles, and whatever else you want into them. And the corporation acts as a shield for your property in terms of liability and things of those natures. So I never really thought much about it because up until this year, in the past, we never had to do anything about the corporation. Nowadays, we have to actually go in and do a digital signature for the corporation. And working through the issues of my taxes was really difficult for me the first couple of years, even after I hired Tax Samaritan, because I had lost my wife. I was raising two preschool children, and my brain, unfortunately, never understood the intuitive nature of computer programs. I'm a computer dinosaur, not a computer native. However, I did get lucky, I guess, and Jordan Tucker became my main contact person through Tax Samaritan, and he did not hesitate to help me navigate the software, even when I had to ask the same questions over and over and over. Jordan also went out of his way to help me resolve these issues. So in the first year after when I hired Tax Samaritan, I managed to get all of my foreign obligations taken care of. My tax bill was under control, and I felt that with the company that I was with, Tax Samaritan, they did what they advertised that they would do. Additionally, throughout the year, if something came up with my taxes, I would either get a message from them or I would write Jordan and ask a question, and he never hesitated to get right back to me. Because my taxes are, I think, a little bit complicated. I think very complicated, but they don't seem to think that they were complicated at all. So essentially, I wouldn't hesitate to refer Tax Samaritan, and for the one specific reason is I never felt abandoned by any of the team who made up the Tax Samaritan team. I also felt that now my taxes are up to date. I'm running smoothly, and if I have a question of any nature, I asked him the question the other day about the tax credit for a child. Should I take it or not take it, et cetera, et cetera. And I got some good ideas on what I should be doing about that. So let me just say I'm not being compensated for this video, and my sole motivation comes from having a personal relationship with Randall Brody. I don't think everybody he works for is as difficult as I am. So I did have to speak to him a couple of times, and I worked through all the problems, and I would not hesitate to, if you're an expat, if you're living in any kind of foreign country, they're dialed into what it is you need and what you need to comply. Not everybody wants to comply with the U.S. tax laws, and there are some very severe penalties if you don't. So I just wanted to put this video out to let you know that you do need a tax person that understands the laws in the countries that you're living in. And I would highly recommend Tax Samaritan.